I've had clients who came in and were like, yeah, we hadn't had sex in 6 years. 6 years? Like, first of all, why would you put up with that? Second of all, if you're this person's spouse, what the hell did you think was going on?
Who cheats more, men or women?
I think both men and women cheat with a tremendous amount of frequency. I think that I don't think that you could really say one does it more than the other. I think that more men are accused of having ruined the relationship by cheating than women are.
Who's more dissatisfied with the amount of sex, men or women?
Men, generally.
Men want more sex.
Men generally want more sex. Women want more quality sex. Men are quantity based, in my experience, coming to sex. And that's like, men would rather have frequent sex that may not be the highest possible quality, but it like kind of gets the job done. I mean, it's the same reason why pornography is more popular with men than women. I think that men are just like, I got to get the poison out of my system here. I got to get on with my day, and I'm not going to be able to think straight until I just get that over with. And so I think that women, it's a different. I don't think women, don't find sex important. I hate to make generalizations about gender, but from my seat, the number of men that come in and say to me, like, yeah, like, she's just not sleeping with me. Well, what did she expect? Like, of course I slept with somebody else. Like, she was like sleeping with me once a week. She was sleeping with me once a month. I've had clients who came in and were like, yeah, we hadn't had sex in 6 years. 6 years? Like, first of all, why would you put up with that? Second of all, if you're this person's spouse, what the hell did you think was going on? You thought things were okay? Like, yeah, we haven't had sex in 6 years. We just forgot to do that. Like, I get it if you didn't clean your gutters in 6 years, or, maybe like, I get it if you didn't change your oil in a year. Like, it's a bad idea, but like, I get it. I could slip your mind. Like, oh my God, I haven't been to the dentist in a year. But sex?
You must have had a lot of affair stories.
Oh my God, please. If you could have like a PhD in infidelity, I would.
Okay. Let's go beneath the surface, guys. I don't think the reason why women stop having sex with their husbands or, their man or whatever, right? It's because of menopause, guys. I believe that women just stop having sex with their husbands because they never desired their husbands. That's what I believe, right? And I'll tell you why I believe that. If you approach a girl, right, and you have good intentions and, you want to get married, you are husband material, a woman doesn't believe that. Like, not one single woman, dog, believes that they have to reward you with sex. They don't believe that they have to reward you with sex. If, you come that way, you come at them that way with that kind of approach, right? Or even when you're looking for a long-term relationship, women don't reward that kind of behavior with sex. But if like you a bad boy, you a player, they know that you sleep around, they know that you have multiple women in your life. Women desire you. That's what women desire. You can go back into time, guys. There's never a time where a woman doesn't desire a man who has multiple women. Why do you think polygamy was so popular back in the days, especially in Africa? Because that's what makes a man desirable. That's what makes women wet. That's what arouses a woman. That's at the top of the list, bro. You understand what I'm saying? And if a woman like desires you as a husband, you understand? She really like desires you. That's just what it is. Like, but it doesn't happen like that most of the time. You understand? Because women look at bad boys as, people that they can be hoes to, right? Am I making sense? Like, women don't want to be their husband's dirty little whores. You understand what I'm saying? They don't want to be their husband's dirty little whores. They don't want to be their husband to look at them like that. They want their husbands to look at them as wives, as mothers, not as a sex partner. You know what I mean? But they want the bad boys to look at them like that. The players, the guys that they don't, they don't want to be in relationships with. They don't want to be in long-term relationships with. The guys that they don't want to bring home to their parents. These are the guys who get the best out of women. The same women saying, this lawyer saying they don't want to have sex with their husbands. They have sex with their husbands once a week. It's because they don't desire their husbands. But if you bring in when a bird boy walks into a room, the same women, bro, will be turned on, will be wet. You know what I mean? And you have to understand it. And that's one thing that we have to understand, right? We shouldn't look at things like, all of a sudden in a marriage, women don't want to have sex. No, women didn't look at you like that from the beginning. They looked at you as a husband from the beginning. You understand? If you're having sex is for reproduction, it's probably for reproduction. It's not for to give you their freakiness and give you their like everything in the bedroom. That's not what they look at. That's not how women look at it, guys. But anyway, guys, this is his name is, I think what's his name? I forgot his name. James Sexton, right? This is a divorce lawyer, and we're checking out this video today. We're checking out why sex is causing divorces. He's gonna explain why. This is what we're reacting to today. It's something different, right? But anyway, let's keep it pushing though.
Have it. Yeah. I mean, it's because cheating is a huge component to divorces, so many divorces. But the question is always cause or effect. And the danger of putting so much emphasis on cheating is that it's an oversimplification. So someone comes in and goes, we're getting divorced. Why? Because he's sleeping with his secretary. I get it. Like, yes, that's true. That is one of the variables that has led to your divorce. But you hadn't slept with him in 3 years. So I'm not saying that makes the cheating forgivable, but you're saying you had a really super awesome, healthy marriage, and then this nefarious secretary came into the picture and suddenly he was wooed away? No, there were conditions that made that very likely to happen, right? And so let's start going back a little further in the cause. Like, the truth is at the bottom of a bottomless pit. So we can try to reverse engineer this and say, well, he slept with his secretary because you weren't sleeping with him. I wasn't sleeping with him because he wasn't nice to me. Well, I wasn't nice to him because he was never paying any attention to me. Well, I wasn't paying attention to her because what did I want to pay attention to? She hasn't changed at all, or she's changed so much and she's nothing like she used to be. And again, everyone, you'll be shocked to hear, when they tell the story of their life, they're usually the hero. They rarely come into my office and go, listen, I'm a piece of garbage, But I will tell you, when it comes to cheating, sometimes they do.
I was going to say, you must have had people come in and admit things to you about their current affairs that just blow your mind. Is there a particular example where you go, that was the most shocking example that I had heard of someone deceiving the marital commitment?
Yeah, I mean, I've had people come in and tell me stories that I just think to myself, like, how did you actually, like, just the engineering of it? Like, I've had people who came in and they had 2 families happening at once, and neither of them knew about the other. Like that the mistress who he started a family with, like, thought he was divorced, and the wife thought that he was traveling for business, and like, he would literally have Christmas with both. He would have Thanksgiving with both. And he just found a way to sort of logistically do it. And I've seen things like that many times. I mean, I've seen people, it's almost become a cliche that people who sleep with their sister-in-law or their brother-in-law or
mother-in-law?
Their cousin. Oh, and I haven't seen mother-in-law yet.
Father-in-law?
I have seen father-in-law. Yeah, I have seen father-in-law. Yeah, I saw that one. There's a chapter in my book about nannies, about people sleep with the nanny. That's pretty common.
Why do you talk in the book about how wealthy clients like to sleep with the nanny?
Yeah, I don't know what that's about. I mean, I have a theory about it, and I think that what I call the nanny fascination. I think that it's not that hard to understand. Like, the nanny is a lot of the characteristics of the wife, right? She's good with the kids. She's there to be a supportive other to the husband. She's a helpmate, but without any of the autonomy and agency, without any of the, like, she's an employee at the end of the day. And it's so much simpler of a relationship in the sense that it's like, you got to do a good job or I'm going to fire you, So
not talking back.
Yeah, don't talk back because I'm your employer, and you're not going to. So I think I get it. I get it. I also think too that, and this is dangerous ground, especially in the year of our Lord 2024, but I think she's also a version of the wife. Like, she's a version of the wife when the wife was just a woman. Like, she has a life outside the home. Like,
that's true.
When she's not nannying,
true.
she's out doing stuff. And so she's got things to talk about. Like she's gone places, she does things. There's something mysterious about her, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the
never
advice I
looked at it
give in
like
the
that.
book is that I think that wives can embrace the part of themselves that's the nanny. Like take the time to like, don't let your spouse and your children eclipse who you are. Like who you are is who your husband fell in love with. Like your kids exist because a man and a woman found each other attractive, you know? And so don't forget in your desire to be a good parent and your desire to be a good partner, don't forget to be really good to yourself and to cultivate your interests and your passions and to try to enjoy them as best you can, you know, without shirking. Obviously, none of us wants to shirk our responsibilities.
Still feeling lost after a breakup or divorce? You're not alone. At RJ Godfellas Matrimony and Move On Crew, we don't just talk about heartbreak, we heal through it. Every week, we share mindful rituals, self-care tools, and real talk from real people who get it. This isn't just another support group. It's a safe space to grow, laugh, cry, and come back stronger. Healing starts with one step. Take yours today. Join the crew on Patreon. Your next chapter is waiting. The link is in the description.